All right, all right. Welcome back if you're watching live to the Deep Dig Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew. My other host right over there.
What's up? It's D. Good to see you again. Be sure if you're in here, hit that like button, drop some comments, and be sure to subscribe. We are going through the March Madness day. I mean, it was a day filled with college basketball. Some ups, some real high highs, some downs, some real low lows. But overall, it feels good to feel something.
Yeah, went to the Warriors game last night, and our buddy Jake Williams, who subscribes to this pod but refuses to watch it because he's a Raiders fan, uh,
Fucking loser.
he just keeps asking me questions like, "How was the Super Bowl? Like, how did it feel after that? How'd the pod go after the Super Bowl?" And it's good to get your mind off. Like, Warriors got to win. We're still in the playoff hunt. And to see March Madness all day today, it was good to get your mind away from the Niners for a bit.
And then you get shit on by fucking Kentucky.
And that Oakland isn't even Bay Area Oakland. It's in like Michigan.
It's in like Rochester.
Let
Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up now.
Yeah,
It's
look up
yeah.
where
It
that
was. I
is.
knew it wasn't Oakland because otherwise we would have went to Oakland Golden Grizzlies games. Where are they from? Yeah, Rochester, Michigan.
Yeah, I was low key thinking like today, like, man, Oakland's about to be on the map.
You
Like,
fucking idiot.
we need to get a sports team back in here because college is carrying right now. So yeah, I was over here thinking like, oh, East Bay. I'm like, I'm about to move back to Oakland and like rep the what's their team? Golden Panthers or something?
The Golden Bears.
Golden Bears.
Golden Grizzlies. Oakland.
And that's a very California team mascot.
No, Rochester, Michigan. That has it written all over it, baby.
Yeah. All right. Well, you want to pull up the bracket and we kind of go through what we did because our goal was perfect bracket this season.
That did not happen.
I think we accomplished that. You had the bracket on your end, so I'm going in blind right now, but I'm pretty confident we put together a perfect bracket, no losses. Give me the good news. Tell me we're rich.
You know that one meme where it's like, can I get a chicken burger? What? Can't you hear him? He said he wants a chicken burger with rooster sauce. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah. All right. Can you zoom in? Because the screen is
Yeah, I'm zooming.
Zoom. Come on, zoom faster.
All right.
All right. Let's start. Let's see how the board's looking right now.
Okay. So, I mean, let's start off with the one that we were like, oh my God, this is going to be the biggest knock of the day. Like, I thought, not less head, more head. Give me more head.
And they fought. They were out there fighting those more head. They're fighting for more head.
I'm not gonna lie. In the first half, honestly, they came out swinging. It looked like this is going to be a game. They were winning, and then not to be this guy, but like Vince McMahon, get out here, you. The best player has a case. If you want to look it up, shouldn't count. It should be.
We're not gonna talk about these allegations right now, but yeah, if we can like put in a petition to forfeit that win for legal reasons.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be down.
But I mean, that's just one of the things. Moorhead just didn't have enough steam coming out. I mean, it felt like of the teams that felt the pressure and like some of them crack and some of them don't, Moorhead actually stepped up to it and was like, hey, we love this. Like, let's fucking do it. And realistically, they just couldn't keep up with all of the talent that Illinois had. Realistically, they had guys that had their career days today for this Illinois basketball team, and they just shined. And I think headed into this next matchup with Duquesne, it's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. Duquesne put on a show, and it ended up being close with BYU, but man, I feel good about them taking on Illinois in this next round.
Yeah, Illinois just looked way bigger, way more athletic. Their defense was really good. And like Moorhead, the second half, it just felt like they couldn't even execute a play. They just couldn't execute half court offense, and it turned into a lot of, well, let's keep passing it to each other, and hopefully we'll hit a three, and we'll like get back into this. And like that's not what you are supposed to do in this tournament. Like you got to chip away and keep going and make a run, and you can't win it all in one go. Like you got to play an offense, and you're gonna rely on your stars, but like team ball is gonna be where it's at. And Moorhead just fell apart at the Illinois. They played some good team ball. One guy had a triple double. Who was it? Dane Danger. That was our big flaw putting
We
together
should
this
have
bracket.
looked up basketball names. This
Yeah.
year had some excellent basketball names. The Oakland team themselves, they had what was it? Rocket Watts.
Yeah.
Should have known. A team with the name Rocket Watts was going to pull an upset. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
going forward, I'm going on names.
right now it looks like Drake and Washington State. Pretty awesome game.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Drake wins. I mean, the first half it was pretty much Drake's. It looks like right now Kansas is going to pretty handedly beat Samford, which is another
A little
upset.
close to the mic there, guy. A little close to the mic there.
Oh, my bad. I'm trying to.
Yeah, you're multitasking over there. The pod and the game. I know it was tough. I tried to schedule this stream to be like as the games are ending, but I misjudged it a little bit. I also wanted to get to sleep on time. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Iowa State just took care of business. I mean, this is a team that everyone was thinking was bad, like should have been battling for that last one seed. The committee again was like, hey, you know what? We have to take in regard the strength of schedule. We don't think that you deserve the one seed, but a lot of people were like, hey, they just beat the shit out of the number one Houston. Why shouldn't they be a one seed? I think you could have put them as a one seed and people would have been like, all right, whatever. Yeah, that's good. But they just absolutely dog walk South Dakota State.
North Carolina.
North Carolina takes care of it. To start the day off, Michigan State beat the absolute dog shit out of Mississippi State. This was an awesome showing. It was a good way to start the day.
Did you see also their starter to start the tournament had his shorts backwards?
Yeah, I did see that.
So, making headlines good and bad. But it's going to be interesting this next round of matchup because I believe they haven't beat North Carolina in the tournament, or at least beat them in the last 8 matchups, some crazy stat like that. Is it Izzo this year? Like, is he going to break through a little bit? Because I feel like it's been a minute.
It has been a minute. I mean, but realistically, again, if you want to kind of nitpick at it, North Carolina is what people think the weakest number one seed. So if you're going to pop off a one seed, you want it to be this one. And you kind of got like some familiarity between these two teams. You know that Tom Izzo is not going to back down and he's not going to be afraid of the bright lights. So I do like this matchup. I think North Carolina wins it, but I think it's going to be a fun game. This is a fun round 2 matchup. I'm actually really excited for this, especially with coming off of big momentum after beating the shit out of Mississippi State, like just really blowing the doors off of them. I think that this is going to be a Michigan State team that's really feeling themselves.
Yeah, I think they're going to come in hot. I think this is going to be a great game, great matchup. I'm looking forward to that one. But there's other games I want to talk about more, so I just kind of like let's get into those.
Oh my goodness! How about that Dayton game, dude? Dayton.
Oh versus my! We were texting so pissed at each other. We were like, "Why did we pick Dayton?"
Yeah, I was so upset that we chose Dayton, and it was like, okay, they were a team like 2 weeks ago that I immediately put into my Sweet 16. Like, this is an automatic Sweet 16 team. They're going to be flying under the radar. They're hot right now. And then over the last 2 weeks, they really kind of came back down to earth, and it was like, okay. And then as you're watching this game, you're just getting more and more defeated. Like, fuck, Dayton, why did we believe in you? But and I even texted you this, Nevada is playing like the committee disrespected the Mountain West and gave all these Mountain West teams very low seeds for no reason. They should be much higher, and they were proving it. But The committee was like, nah, realistically, you're here because you're streaky. We know that you are streaky, and we know that in this tournament, you are going to have ups and downs, and that's exactly what ended this Nevada season was the streakiness, and they just went on a cold spell that, I mean, it ended their season.
Yeah, it was crazy to watch. And like you started to see it a little bit like 3 here, like get a score there. And we started to text each other like, hey, Dane, 9 points. And then we're like 6 points. That at the 6 point mark where they were down 6 points, that's when you felt like, oh, Dane's gonna win this shit. They gonna tie it up and they're gonna win that bitch. That's how you felt.
But then you had like the Nevada team that, hey, if they go on a run here, like, and they put it away, like, I wouldn't be surprised at that. They were hot to start this game off, dude. They came out firing on all cylinders, and then it just went away so suddenly, and they couldn't buy a basket. It was so crazy.
Yeah.
It was a complete collapse by
That
this
was
Nevada team.
like peak March Madness. Like we're in it. This first round has been good.
Yeah, it's been a very entertaining first round. Arizona beats Long Beach State again.
They
really
put up a
cool
fight.
story. But hey, I'm glad you had your time. Go ahead and take a seat. Watch the rest of the tournament. Fine with that. Let's head back
Long
up.
Beach State that first half, they kept it pretty close though in the first half, and then it just like falls apart a little bit.
All right, the big one of the day.
This is the one. This has probably ruined everyone's bracket.
It might have, or there might have been people who I'm sure they had them. Some people had Kentucky losing in the next round, but
I'm sure there was a lot of people living in East Bay in California who bet Oakland, not knowing it wasn't Oakland. It was.
I don't think so.
Wherever.
I think people know that Oakland wasn't there. Like,
am I the only one?
Yeah, you're a dumbass.
Let me know in the comment right now. Did you know Oakland was not in Oakland?
Chat. L's in the chat now.
I gotta learn my geography. But yeah, that was crazy. Like the end of the game was intense too because you have Reed Shepherd. He hit his first field goal of the game with like 5 minutes left in the whole game, and the coaches kept fucking running him out there. And then you had, I think they were like 30% from three, Kentucky at that point, and then they're hitting like 3 or 4 threes after that. But then you have Oakland coming back and hitting threes of their own, and they had that what's his name?
Galky.
He hit like 11 threes, like something like that.
He had 10 threes. He had 7 in the first half.
Yeah, and the thing was too, Oakland would have won this game easy if they just hit their free throws.
I think they shot
so many
50%
free throws
from free throw line this game. Yeah, it was pretty intense. Coming out of half, their coach was like, "Hey, we're gonna need a lot more out of Golke. Like 7 threes isn't gonna cut it. Like we're gonna need to really kick it into overdrive." And the rest of the team did take over as well. As I was saying before, Rocket Watts had a really good game, was really controlling the ball. And you're 100% right. Reed Shepherd just really shit the bed here, dude. Like there's no reason for what people think like is he's going to be an All-American. He's going to be borderline lottery pick in the draft. There's no reason for you to have this poor of a showing. And it does fall on coaching. I mean, that was the one thing when we were doing this. I've told you, like, I love this Kentucky team. I think they have so much talent, but it comes down to coaching. And we've seen Coach Cal over the course of this year just not really have a direction as far as what we're going to be doing and not have a feel for in-game decision-making. And it came back to bite him in the ass today of all days, where he should have just been like, "Hey, Reed, go ahead and sit down. You don't have it today. Let's go ahead and keep feeding it to Reeves. Let's try to get Dillingham a little bit more going, and we'll figure it out from here." Instead, he still has Reed Shepherd on there just being an L the entire game.
Yeah, and it's not just that Kentucky was missing shots and Oakland was hot. It was the fact when you watch what they were doing in the second half, it looked like it had signs of a team that wasn't in the moment handling that. Like they were doing the thing where you feel it slipping away, the momentum's gone from your team, and you're standing on the 3-point line, passing it back and forth between 2 players. And that's when you're like,
movement.
Yeah, they're all standing around, they're passing it between 2 players, and they keep on passing up threes. when it's like, all right, the threes aren't open, but you have windows to hit these. It felt to me like their two best players didn't want to put up shots. They got a little scared that they were scared to take those threes. And
Yeah.
then once they hit one, then it started to go in. But up until that point in the second half, they were scared to pull the trigger, and that's what really I think cost them today.
Yeah, man. I think
So our bracket's busted.
it's so disappointing. We had them going what, Final Four? Yeah, we had them going to the fucking Final Four.
Fuck.
That really fucks us, dude.
All right, what's next?
I mean, all right. Can I get a? All right. Here's where we.
Zags.
This is
we got a lot of rails here.
All right. Can I?
Bracket ain't looking so hot.
Bracket's not looking hot at all. All right,
Almost
McNeese. Gonzaga just, I mean, put on a clinic today. It was pretty crazy. One thing about this McNeese team is they would give up more threes than any team in college basketball per possession. And I mean, you've seen it today. Gonzaga just hit those threes. When they had the opportunities, they were hitting them. You've seen Will Wade make an adjustment to try to close the gap at half, but by then it was already too late. So, I mean, you live by the three, you die by the three, and they were more than comfortable dying by the three, but they hadn't faced any competition like Gonzaga. And even though this is a more down Gonzaga team than usual, it was still better than anything this McNeese team had seen in the past.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock you on this pick because you were so sure on McNeese State, and I should have did some research before letting you pick them because yeah, they're 30-win team, but can I name a couple of their opponents for you real quick?
Yeah, you and everyone else has. So
okay. So I'm gonna go through this just because I want to shame you on the pod. College of Biblical Studies was their second game.
Hell yeah.
Champion Christian College, the fucking powerhouse Christian school.
Yep.
Mississippi University for Women. Bro, them and Caitlin Clark got the same opponents, dog. They beat them 92-23.
Dude.
They have Incarnate Word twice, and they have Houston Christian twice. So basically, they're playing the whole Christian roadmap here.
Yeah, man. I'll take that L. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean they had that one dude. The guard they had was a dog. Like he put up like 24 points. He played his ass off, but
oh yeah, honestly, there was it was a pretty good game for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, it was a pretty tight contested game.
All right, let's get to some of our good picks though, because I know we got one right here coming up.
Man,
Oregon
just was dominant this entire game. What did you say the Pac-12 is right now?
3-0 in the tournament as of like an hour ago. I don't know if anything's changed. We'll have to look that up. But I'm pretty sure they're still undefeated. Yeah. There was like 3 conferences undefeated. But Pac-12 had the most wins. They're 3-0.
I mean, it was awesome. I'm even like, I think this Oregon team can beat Creighton now that we've seen it. I mean, but Creighton also dog walked Akron.
Yeah.
And so
Washington State right now is up too. So that'd be another Pac-12.
Dang.
So Pac-12 dominating. And they didn't even get Bronny in here. So
I know.
Yeah, it's looking good for them. I'm really loving this Oregon pick. They looked solid. They looked good. I like their bigs. They were just great defensively. So I'm feeling good that we chose them to move on a little bit after this one. We chose them to win this next one, right?
No, we have Creighton.
Fuck. Yeah, I like Creighton. I love Creighton more than Oregon.
No, I mean, but a lot of the same things applies. And I think realistically, this whole year, I felt like the SEC was like one of the most fun conferences. But we're seeing that the SEC actually isn't that strong of a conference when it comes to interconference play. Like here, South Carolina got the dog shit beat out of them. Mississippi State got the dog shit beat out of them. I don't feel really good about like the Florida. Who are they playing? Let me see. Where are they at? Florida plays tomorrow.
What's Virginia in?
Virginia is ACC.
Did you see that they got smacked in the first four, and people were mad because they wanted to see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from Indiana
Yeah, and
State?
honestly, I understand that, but realistically, they weren't even the next team in. I don't even
Mhm.
think they were close. I think they were third. So it would have taken a couple of teams to get out of there. But I mean, Colorado State just got dog walked today too. But I mean, for Virginia to be in the play-in game, this was the fifth time that they failed to score 50 points in a basketball game. They did not deserve to be in
Yeah,
this tournament.
trash.
How ridiculous was that? And
15
so,
points and a half.
yeah. Uh, Texas wins. Oh yeah, here.
Easily.
Colorado State didn't even crack 50. They were like, dang, I would love to see Colorado State take on Virginia. We just had that happen. And then,
Yeah.
Tennessee. Tennessee absolutely smacked St. Peter's.
Yeah, those easy game. They didn't have the magic this year. I think too right now NC State is up 10. They're gonna win. NC State, we chose them. Told you, Burns, he's the guy. Boy's a dog. I think I was just following him because I liked his Instagram. I followed him like 2 years ago. I think he was rapping, and I was like, oh, this guy's doing some cool shit. And then I seen like him blowing up now, as they got into the tournament. So happy for him. They got a couple really good guys on the team. Who do they got next?
Just in Washington State, the Pac-12 is undefeated in the tournament so far.
Let's go,
Washington State
California.
wins. We did not have them winning this game, but hey, it's good to see.
All Pac-12, some West Coast and Oakland, just in name, West
And
Coast.
namesake.
we claim them. Yeah, where's
And
NC
then
State?
this game actually just got interesting. Samford it's 72-79 right now.
Man, you're clinging on to that Sanford pick.
Bro, if we can at least get that one, at least that's something. But I had McNeese. We had McNeese in the Sweet 16. I don't know why we did this. I don't know why the fuck we did this.
We should have did like 100 brackets and just
I
had like
know.
AI fill it out. That's who's gonna win this. Like, you know, when like someone does a perfect bracket for the first time, it's gonna be someone who's like, yeah, I did a million brackets with AI.
Yeah. So, fuck me.
All right,
Why
where's
did we pick Kentucky?
where's NC State? Where's NC State?
Right here? We have them losing to Kentucky.
Fuck. Man, that just Oakland ruined everything, which is a phrase I've said multiple times in my life when we lived in Oakland. Man, I hate Oakland, but I love it.
Man. Yeah, I mean that's really the game that fucked us.
Yeah. That and like all the other picks we missed.
I mean, we really didn't miss a whole bunch.
Like nothing major, no key matchups that like went really far.
I mean, all right, we missed both of these right here. We missed this one. All right.
Yeah. I feel like we made some really good picks though. Like I'm gonna hang my hat on Oregon and NC State.
Yeah.
Did like all the 11s win today?
Let me see here.
I think the 11s won.
All of them?
NC State, Oregon.
Yeah, all the 11s won.
Damn. And that's what we were saying before this tournament was like that like 7 to 12 range. It feels so cluttered. Like the talent, there's not a talent disparity between those seeds. And that's kind of what
even
we're
look
seeing.
at it. Oakland was a 14 seed.
Mhm.
And realistically, I don't think that the committee seeded a lot of these teams properly.
Mhm.
I think they really shit themselves when they had a lot of bid stealing going on. Again, 5 teams, quote unquote, stole a bid by winning their tournament that they weren't expecting. And with that, you had some wonky things happen, like the play-in game. Usually it's an 11 seed. Some years it's even a 12 seed just based off of the strength of schedule. But because we had a bunch of bid stealers, they had to make it the 10 seed.
Yeah.
So if you win to get in, you're a 10 seed. Like Colorado State could have made a pretty good run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then the thing is too, like we've been talking about it all season, is there was no front runners. Like there was no team that really separated from the pack. Like yeah, you had some teams that won a lot of games, but there wasn't a lot of teams where you were like, "Fuck, I think they're gonna really dominate in the tournament." And so when you have that, it's like, okay, yeah, Duke, they're a big name, they have star talent. You'd assume they'd go pretty far in this tournament and be highly seeded, and it just wasn't the case. And so I think you got to kind of throw out the names of these teams a little bit, and just this is a weird year. This is definitely a weird year.
I mean, the one team that you felt like really cool, or two, there's really two teams that you felt like were dominant this entire year. I think Houston was the best team this entire season, but then you're like, okay, UConn, even though like they won last year, yeah, they were national champions. It feels like they're even better this year, which is fucking crazy to say, but I wouldn't be surprised if they went back to back. I mean, I think they could do it, and I think we obviously we put them to win this in this bracket, but I wouldn't be surprised if they end up winning and being back to back national champions. Would you?
No, that's why we picked them.
I mean,
Like,
they're a wagon all fucking season, dude.
yeah, and the thing is too, like, I think they don't have like the craziest path. Like, even like a lot of these top seeds, I don't think they have the craziest path. It's just gonna be like, who's the best coach, who's gonna play defense, and like put up more than 50 points. So I think a lot of these teams can do that, but at what point do these smaller schools hit the wall? And that's kind of what we're seeing with, I mean, Long Beach State had a good run in their tournament, but hit the wall. McNeese, they put it first half, hit the wall. And like these smaller schools, like they can only do it for so long. But what's UConn's like? What would be their toughest matchup? Like, what are we seeing for this tomorrow and in the future?
I mean, so the winner of this FAU Northwestern, I like Northwestern in that one. I think Northwestern's going to be a tough out. I think that's going to be a very hard fought game. That's a good game to kind of not a warm up game, but like, hey, let's get challenged early. Let's make sure that we get after it because realistically, I think they're going to wipe Stetson.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're going to be facing the winner of what we think is San Diego State and Auburn. And I think that's a tough game. I think that's a real fucking hard game, dude. And then after that, you're going to have to face
Duquesne,
Illinois, or Washington State, Iowa State. And Iowa State's hot right now.
Yeah.
Probably the hottest team in basketball if we're looking at it. Again, 5 wins in 5 days, plus now a win in the tournament. And not just like we won. They beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a tough run for UConn.
I'm just hyped. Tomorrow we got more men's basketball, and then the women's starts tomorrow. So some of the key matchups there: North Carolina, Michigan State, LSU against Rice. What do we got?
Nebraska, Texas A&M, baby.
Yeah, Stanford, Norfolk State. I'm gonna be watching Stanford for sure. Iowa State, Maryland. So couple good matchups there. I think it's a little top heavy.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm excited to get I want the good teams to win. I'm the opposite for the men's and women's tournament. Like I want the good teams, the top teams to go forward in the women's and to see these big matchups.
Stanford only down 3.
Ooh, how much time
is left to go?
How much time? 4 minutes. All right.
Actually, they're only down 2.
All right. Well, I think that's everything we got for this. I think we'll just.
What game are you looking forward to the most tomorrow?
Oh, give me Nebraska, the Cornhuskers.
Oof.
Is it?
Let me see.
Kisei, my guy.
Yeah.
So that was my pick. I'm rolling with it still.
I think mine has to be either the 5-12 Wisconsin versus JMU.
Or yeah.
I really like this 8-9 matchup, the FAU versus Northwestern. I think both of those teams are really good. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything else that really stands out.
Is there any who's the Cinderella, the dream run Cinderella right now?
I know a lot of people have their eye on Grand Canyon.
We picked them, right?
Yes, we did.
And then they lose.
And then they lose to Bama,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
our
yeah.
scenario.
Yeah.
People are talking about New Mexico, which is another 11 seed. Hopefully they get the win.
I mean, Oakland could turn into that.
Oakland could, yeah.
And you see, fuck, I keep forgetting his name. The guy that scored all the 10 threes.
Golke?
Yeah, Golgi. He had to end his like post game interview. He was like, "We're not a Cinderella," and like walked off. So, boy got some dog in him.
I mean, that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
So
All right.
again, we'll keep you up to date. I think we're gonna go live, or we're gonna do a video after every day of this tournament. So be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Drop some comments below. Let us know your thoughts.
Yep. We'll see you guys next time. We'll schedule these lives out more in advance so everyone kind of knows what's going on. And we'll see you next time.
All right, later.
See you.